Hey there, Virgo. Welcome to your reading for the week of October 5th. This week, if you want to catch me live, I go live every single day at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. All you have to do is subscribe, hit the bell, and you will catch me live. But Virgo, really nice already. I like it. So let's keep going. You always get this card, this transformation card here. And the vulture can kind of be a symbol of death as well. And what do you know? Here's your death card right there, Virgo. So that's pretty cool. But I feel like there could be some sort of transformation going on for you here. It could be like a lot of cleansing as well, or it's like a very cleansing reading in a lot of ways. So we'll say that. I'm going to take that card as well because it kind of wanted to come out. You have the Justice card here. It also kind of want to come out. I don't really take pop-outs, Virgo, but I kind of felt like these two needed to come out together. So we will take them both, but let's see what is going on for you here, Virgo. Your overall energy is the Star. I like that. So this could be a very good week for you. The Star card, of course, is a very good card of hope and renewal. So again, kind of along the same theme as the cleansing energy of that vulture there. This has happened to a couple of signs too, that like the overall energy kind of matches here. So that's nice. But the Star can definitely be a card of like resting, relaxing. I feel like some of you could be kind of get in between this. Like I get this like in between getting attention. Those are literally those are the words that are popping into my head. So I feel like I'm always saying to you, Virgo, that some of you are like going to become famous, and maybe not famous like we think of famous. Like maybe not on TV, but maybe YouTube famous, or maybe you're going to become very well known in your town where you live, or maybe you're going to be standing out at work. But I feel this like in between energy. So we're going to talk about that. You have this Milk and Honey card here. So really nice card. I feel really nice energy here, especially in this first row. I feel like there could be a lot like good news coming in for you. I feel like there could just be kind of like some sort of conclusion coming in as well. But it's almost like a recovery with that Star card. You know, look, there's an elephant in the water here on this card, or in this Milk and Honey. And the Star card is normally the lady, and she is kind of in the pool of water, and she is resting, relaxing, recovering, healing, all those things. So that's kind of what I feel you're doing here. You have the Eight of Wands, the Death card, and the Knight of Pentacles here. Some sort of major transformation here. I feel like you're so close. I feel like you're like this close to making a change in your life. I do feel like this could be love, because you have the Lovers as your center card. If we go this way right here, we have the Knight of Pentacles, the Lovers, and the Eight of Swords. I don't want to get too far ahead of myself here, but to me, that could say that you keep almost maybe moving on from a person, or almost maybe feeling like you're ready to allow love back into your life, and then it's like you take a step back. For others, I feel like this could be a project you're working on. It's popping into my head as a project. So maybe you're working on a business or a personal project here. It's like you keep taking like 2 steps forward and then like 1 step back, or maybe there's like a delay or something pops up here. I don't really feel like this is the end of the world with the Eight of Swords for some reason. I almost get like this is experimentation, if that makes sense, or maybe you're kind of testing your boundaries, or kind of seeing how far you can go with something, and then you're kind of bringing it back, right? And you're just kind of maybe taking some renewal time with that Star card. So it's almost like maybe you kind of try something in business, and then you just wait a little while to see how it goes. So maybe there's delays, but maybe it's not that big of a deal. Definitely feel like there could be communication coming in for you here in love, but I do feel like some of you are moving away from someone who was too cautious, probably Scorpio. The Scorpio shows up in your readings every single week, the Death card. So I feel like for some of you, like a Scorpio or someone was either too cautious, or I'm getting 2 stories. They were either too cautious and they weren't making any moves towards you, or I feel like that it's popping into my head as your dreams didn't align, but I just think, I don't really think it's dreams. I feel like maybe this could be a situation where a Scorpio or someone you were seeing, maybe they had to move away, and maybe they wanted you to move with them, but you just didn't see it. So I get something about distance popping into my head here. Star card, Star to me is a card of long distance as well. Next, you have this Vulture card here. Again, this is a card of like purity and purifying things. So I do feel like some of you could be cleansing. You're a Virgo. I mean, that doesn't surprise me. So I feel like for some of you, you could be cleansing at this time. This is also an energy of a card of conservation of energy. I always say in the book that comes with this deck, she doesn't really say this, but Vulture energy is like conservation of energy. Vultures are masters of not wasting any energy. When you see them out in the wild, you know, they're kind of just like floating around, and they don't really flap their wings. So I feel like for a lot of you, you could be kind of like conserving your energy at this time. You have the Nine of Swords, the Lovers, and the Judgment card here. Amazing. I feel like there could be it's like you're waking up to something here, something that you don't necessarily want to look at, but I feel like you're going to look at it anyway. You know, Nine of Swords, she's like peering through her hands. Like her hands, she doesn't want to look at something. She's afraid something's going to be a nightmare, but it's like she's kind of peeking on that card at something here. For some of you, I do feel like this could be, maybe you are seeing, you know, your own role in relationships. Maybe you're seeing that you have been too closed off with this Queen of Swords here. And I feel like this is a good thing. You know, again, there's nothing wrong with this. This is not a criticism here, Virgo. I feel like you're just seeing things that need to change. We all need to change, of course, or we all could be transforming in general. And these are positive transformations. So, you know, there's really nothing to be ashamed of, is what I feel like saying with that Nine of Swords. But I do feel like there could be changes coming in for you. For others, I feel like there is a wake-up call here, but it's about the wake-up call that I'm getting here with the Judgment card is probably about a new journey. Knight of Wands with the Seven of Pentacles here. A lot of analysis in this last row. Again, we're going to talk about that, but I feel like a back and forth energy, but I don't really feel like it's necessarily like a relationship. I feel like it's more you exploring something that you're something amazing that you could be trying to create with that Star card in your life that could lead to fame and fortune for you, Virgo. But I feel like in a lot of ways, things could also be moving forward a lot faster. I'm probably going to pull an extra row just because I'm nosy, and we'll see what comes up. But that's what I feel there. But definitely, I feel like you could be starting to focus on love, or I feel like you could be waking up to love. If someone is trying to come back, again, I feel like, you know, that this could be them just being a player. So you might move on from this person if they try to come back. You have this transformation card. I feel like you get this card all the time. You know, so if you go back like probably like 3 weeks ago, somewhere around there when I was in my old place, I think that the last week that I was there, I remember pulling you this card right here. So I feel like you could be going through some major transformation, some cleansing. You have the Eight of Swords, Queen of Swords, Knight of Wands, and the Seven of Pentacles here. Again, I get this very back and forth energy, especially I go this way. Knight of Pentacles is like wanting to start something new, wanting to put the work in, seeing point A, point B. You know what I say? Knight of Pentacles works from point A to point B, straight line. He just goes straight for something that he desires, and he just puts in the work. He's a little slow, but he's very methodical, meticulous, and he gets the job done. So it's like you see something with the Lovers here that you match up with perfectly. Could be love, could be a business. But then you get to the Eight of Swords where you're like, maybe your emotions start getting involved. You know, I say there's like very shallow pools of water on the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords can represent self-imposed restriction or keeping yourself stuck. And she could also be fearing emotions, but if she would take her blindfold off, she would just see that these emotions are very shallow. You know, these things that she's worrying about are very small concerns. They're not as big as she is making them out to be. So I do feel like for some of you, this is saying, you know, don't be afraid to look at a problem. Nine of Swords, you know, again, she's like covering her eyes like this, and she's kind of looking at something, but she's really not. As I always say, to me, you know, I know that a lot of people crap their pants over the Swords cards, but to me, swords are just thoughts. I mean, just go anywhere and read about Swords cards. Again, it's like, yeah, they do represent challenges in the tarot, but the swords are just thoughts. They're just things that we are thinking. So I feel like these restrictions that you could be experiencing or you could have experienced could easily be overcome if you would look at something here. You have the Queen of Swords here, so it's like you're starting to open up maybe to love here and you know, wanting to get out there. For others, I feel like you are just waiting for knowledge is what's popping into my head here. Queen of Swords, very direct energy. To me, the Queen of Swords is also the step before authority. So some of you could be like trying to become an authority figure in work or business, but I also feel like you are kind of like thinking like, I need to know more. I need more information. I'm almost getting like Three of Wands vibes on the Queen of Swords, like waiting for the perfect moment to do something. Seven of Pentacles can be a card of overanalysis, analyzing something too deeply. In this Knight of Wands, I get that back and forth energy. It's like you want to build something with that Knight of Wands. It's like you want to work on a project. I feel like you want to work on a relationship or something along those lines. But you're just like, I feel like some of you could be overanalyzing things with this Seven of Pentacles. We have the Eight of Wands, the Lovers, Knight of Wands, Seven of Pentacles here in this row. there could be communication coming in from someone who would be a lover, but I feel like the past could be haunting you. Nine of Swords with the Judgment card on either side of this Lover's card. So I do feel like some of you could be dealing with past hauntings. That's what's popping into my head. We're getting into spooky season here, Virgo, because it's like almost Halloween. So I feel like there is a need to take action with this Knight of Wands on something. But let's clarify here and let's get more detail about what could be going on for you here in this situation. Between the Eight of Wands here and the Nine of Swords, yeah, you have the Eight of Spades. Maybe you just needed a break, so maybe some of you took a break from something here. Or again, if you're having worries, sleepless nights, anxieties, fears, the Eight of Spades here is called the Garden. It can represent a harvest in the Lenormand, but to me, it can also represent needing a vacation or needing a break. So some of you, maybe you just need some time for yourself. Maybe you just need some star time, some resting, relaxing, renewal time. Between the Death card here and the Lovers, yes, love, Jack of Hearts here. Jack of Hearts is called the Heart, and it's like, where do I put my heart, right? Seven of Pentacles, where do I put my heart? He is normally looking at these pentacles here, Virgo, and he's normally saying, like, do I want to invest all my time, effort, and energy into something? Is it going to be worth it or not? So I feel like you're kind of like trying to decide where to invest your heart here. Between the Knight of Pentacles here and the Judgment card, you have the Jack of Clubs. Jack of Clubs is the card of beating yourself up, and it says, don't beat yourself up over the past, especially with this Judgment card here. So I feel like for some of you, maybe you're worried about time. Maybe you're worried that something is taking too long in your life. Maybe you feel like you should be in a different place than you are right now. I feel like that Jack of Clubs is just saying, take your time. Between the Nine of Swords here and the Eight of Swords, you have the Boat. Yes, it is time to get up and move. The boat is like a boat on the ocean, you know, and it just represents moving from one place to another. Some of you, you always get moving. You always get this transformation card. So if it's not moving that you're doing, you could just be experiencing a transformation. Even with that Boat card, it could, again, just represent going from one place to another. You could be going from one relationship to another. You could be going from one job to another. You know, it could be anything. Between the Lovers here and the Queen of Swords, yeah, Seven of Diamonds, definitely somebody wanting to come in to deliver a message of love. I feel like this is true love. Eight of Wands, wanting to deliver a message of love. Lovers, then this down here. So we're going to see what comes up as far as love is concerned, but that could definitely be good. Between the Judgment card, Knight of Wands, and Seven of Pentacles, you have the Five of Spades here. Five of Spades is just a playing card, and this deck that I'm using is a maybe Lenormand. It has some playing cards in it, and it just says, take a risk. Five of Spades to me is my card, kind of like the Fool, and it just says take some sort of leap of faith. In your top row here, you got more vacation energy, Four of Spades. Four of Spades is kind of like the Four of Swords. It's just a card of resting, relaxing, recovering. So maybe some of you need to take some time for yourself. In the middle row here, you have the Nine of Diamonds, the Coffin. The Coffin says I love the Coffin card. It says you are inside the coffin. It's coming up in the same row as the Death card. So death, basically transformation, death. So I feel like a lot of death energy here for you, Virgo. But you have the Coffin. The coffin door is always closed on this card. And it says, you need to open up to this beautiful new life. Again, I can't get over this row here. It's like 2 steps forward, and then maybe you get a little bit nervous, or maybe you get a little scared of something that's going to happen if you keep moving forward. So I really feel like you need to kind of experience this transformation that you're going through, or set yourself free, because I feel like there are amazing things coming in for you, Virgo. And you have the Three of Spades here. I do feel like some of you could be fearing a breakup in a situation in love, so I feel like you need to kind of like let those fears go here, Virgo. But let's be nosy and let's see here. You have this Not For You card here. We're going to clarify our way through this. You have the Moon. Definitely a lot of fears coming up in this top row, like I said. In the middle row, we have the King of Swords here. Look, King and Queen of Swords. It's almost like two people who need to open up to each other. Here is what I'd say to you, Virgo. And the Queen of Wands, very attractive at this time. I kind of like this for you. For some of you, if you're dealing with a situation with a person from the past who's just being a butthead, for lack of a better term here, Virgo, I feel like it's like they're being closed off. I feel like you're being a little closed off, but I also feel that for the most part, you would be open to, an apology. You would be open to hearing from a person from the past. But you have the Nine of Diamonds in between the two of you here. It's almost like something needs to be let go of so you can have a beautiful new life. For some of you, I feel like this is something else, like a job, a business, a belief. It could be anything that needs to be let go of here between these two cards so that you can have something greater in your life. Definitely fears coming up in this top row with the Moon here. I do feel like some of you could be having either a fire sign or a Pisces coming in for you. Could also be another earth sign as well, I feel, here with this Moon card. Could be a Cancer as well, but I'm really getting Pisces. So it could be a Pisces for some of you. I feel like that not for you card is just game. I feel like you're just done playing games. I feel like the not for you card is saying that anybody who comes in who tries to play a game, it's like you're just going to chop them right out with your sword here on the Queen of Swords. I feel like you've learned a lot. I feel like this whole row is saying that you know everything you need to know. So I feel like it's time to get moving on a project as well. Queen of Wands, I feel like you're very bold, very assertive at this time. And I really like that energy for you. I feel like you're ready to kind of like charge forward on something and get something moving here, like a project or something like that. So with the moon, you have the Jack of Spades. Love it. Jack of Spades, card of child. I feel like you're embracing a very childlike energy right now, and that's going to lead to success. You have the Ace of Clubs, the ring, marriage. So maybe you thought you were going to marry this person who's being a butthead, and maybe not, but maybe you have a child with this person as well. But for the most part, Ace of Clubs could be also new love, and it could be someone that you will be getting engaged to. And at the bottom here, you have the Ten of Diamonds, the book, which is called the book, and it represents hidden or secret knowledge. Someone asked me, it's funny, someone asked me like a week ago or so, I think you had this card in your last month or in your monthly reading. Someone said, what is the secret information, or like, what is it? And the thing with the Ten of Diamonds is, I don't know. It is hidden or secret information. The Ten of Diamonds, the way to find out what this information is to look at any challenges or difficulties that you're going through. And it doesn't even have to be a bad thing. Like maybe you're just wanting to make more money in your business. Ten of Diamonds says just learn about your business, literally. With the King of Swords here as well, the Ten of Diamonds can represent like hidden books, but that's not accurate. It could represent maybe you work with someone in business or work, and maybe they do better than everybody else, right? It can say that maybe they just have a secret sauce. Maybe they just know something that no one else does, and you could learn from that person. King of Spades or King of Swords here is the mentor, so it kind of says like open up to people who know more than you. But again, you're going to have to find the information yourself. It's not like, again, I think that person asked that question because like so many tarot readings are like, this is a secret and all this other stuff. It's not that type of secret with the Ten of Diamonds. It's not something that's completely hidden, right? It just says you need to go on a treasure hunt almost. In the hunt, you are hunting for information about something you want to improve in your life. Again, it could be love. Maybe you want to improve your love life. Ten of Diamonds says learn about love, literally. Maybe you want to improve your work life, whatever. It doesn't matter what it is. Ten of Diamonds just says learn, and you will be very successful. So this looks really good. I like this a lot for you, Virgo. So thank you for watching, and definitely enjoy your week.